This is my new friend Doug. We just met. Doug, say hi.
Hi.
Doug, what's your soul work today? What are you doing today that maybe you've been putting off that you're gonna work on today?
Um, well, I don't know about putting it off. What I do most every day is try to show people a different way. Somebody told me a couple of months ago that on the streets you have two choices: you steal or you starve. And I said no. You got a third choice. I trust in God,
Hmm.
and that's how I live my life every day. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
He takes care of all my needs.
Doug, you were telling me about a gift that you have. Your X factor in life. What is the gift that you love to share with the world?
Um, I I don't know. I'm very insightful. I basically want to I don't know. I write. I write all the time.
That's wonderful, man. What do you
Um,
like to write about?
well, I was writing fiction, but lately it's just observations.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was going to write. Well, actually, I haven't sat down to write it yet. I have the articles in my head. One is about an ever-expanding minefield that we find ourselves in. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I walked out in the middle of a minefield, and I never even realized it till I was in it. And it's not unexploded ordnance. It's used and discarded syringes that are laying on the ground all over the place.
Wow. That's a
And,
perspective I don't even have. So you're saying there's syringes all over town and
right.
yeah.
And I mean, you can go all over and find them. They're just laying on the ground where people toss them.
Yeah.
And they have a thing called the needle exchange in town where they bring one and they get one. They can bring in up to 100 and get 100.
Wow.
And my suggestion is, it doesn't matter if you're against or for the war on drugs, because we've lost that a long time ago. Um, but or you don't want to pay people for bad behavior. You don't want to reward people for bad behavior,
Mm-hmm.
but you do want to reward people for good behavior. And if they pick them up, they're worth a dime. So for everyone they bring in, up to 100, they get 10 cents, which
Wow.
is $10.
Yeah.
Within a month and a half, there wouldn't be one on the ground
That's a really good idea.
because they pick them all up.
That's a
And
solid idea. Yeah.
where do you get the money from it? You get the money from not having to pay the lawsuit to the mother whose child steps on one on their way to the park.
That's a wonderful idea, man.
You know, or you don't pay the crew to go out and clean them up because you don't need to. They're gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about is I think there should be a speed limit on this bike path right here
Dude, my brother got in an accident.
because people
Yeah.
go too damn fast on this place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I want. I really want to find an open mic night in the comedy club. I push a shopping cart around,
Yeah.
and I just want to push my cart up on stage and just stand there.
Brother, you got this, man. So you
You
just
know,
told me, Doug, in the few minutes that I've got to know you, you do care about this world. You care about people's safety. You talked about the syringes.
right?
You talked about slowing people down on the trail here. You're like the protector, man. That's like a, that's like your gift. And you can do it if you can do it with humor.
Oh yeah.
So, dude, next time I see you, man, I want you to tell me a few jokes. You got a joke?
Yeah.
You got a joke for me right now before I take off?
I was over at somebody's house one day, and his roommate was going to give me a ride back to where he picked me up at, and I said, "You ready to take me home?" And the guy said, "Home? You what? You got a place to live?" I said, "No." When a homeless man says home, he's talking about the closest park you can find.
Oh man, that's home.
Yeah.
Ah,
But homelessness is no joke.
I know
There's
it, brother.
people out here suffering every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, man, I appreciate your positive attitude. I know you slept in this bathroom tonight, and I'm praying for you. I'm hoping this is just a short phase
So do I.
in your longer part of your journey, man.
So do I. I'm still waiting on getting a stimulant. 3 weeks ago, I turned 60 years old.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Keep grinding, dude. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful to have to met you today.
So now, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
All right, Doug. What project do you want to work on?
Um, I basically just want to show people what I do every day, what I go through every day, what is out here, what reality the streets are.
Yeah.
You know?
Here in Tucson.
Right.
And the rest of the world.
Right. Well, I'm sure it's like this all over. Probably not as. It's probably different because of the location. Now we have something else that we have to deal with. We have 100-degree temperatures that we have to deal with now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yesterday we just about killed me.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out for years how to file a class action suit against the sun. Because every day it's out there trying to kill me.
You do got jokes, man.
You know?
We have that one on recording now, so I'd say use that one. That's a good one.
Friend of mine asked me one day, well, what do we get if we win? I said, okay, well, if we win, between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, the sun just has to go someplace else.
It just go chill or freaking let's bring a cloud in.
And if we lose, we get 155-degree days.
Yeah. Welcome to hell.
I was in Fry's checkout line one day complaining about the heat, which was 108 outside. And the guy behind me said, what, you don't like the cold weather?
Yeah.
I said, well, what are you talking about? And in 2005, 2006, there was a flood on the border of India and Pakistan. His company put in the spillways. He spent 4 years over there. He said the average temperature was 144 degrees.
Really?
No wonder, but I've got to be gone before then.
You talked about, you said there's ugly to share, but there's also another side to
right.
what you see.
Right.
It's it's not just all
no, it's
darkness.
Right. Because I live on the generosity of others.
Yeah.
On the generosity of strangers.
Yeah.
And when I told that person, no, I'm trusting God to supply all my needs, in 3 different locations, 3 different people I did not know brought me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And throughout the day, I was handed probably about $60, $65.
Do you feel like generosity is just a tangible, physical thing that people give? Like, I feel like you give too. Like, you give energy, you give love. So how are you then being generous to others?
I never actually thought about that. I do, okay, I give by not asking for anything.
So, you're not expecting.
Well, no, because I am.
Or you are.
But I'm not blatantly coming up and asking, because everywhere you go, somebody's asking you for spare change, or, you know, and, I would rather have it be their idea. Because if it's their idea, I feel that they feel better about themselves. They feel better about me by giving me whatever gift. Somebody told me a long time ago it's rude to ask people for money, but it's ruder yet to refuse a gift. If somebody gives you something or offers you something, you take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I operate.
Heck yeah.
It took me a minute to come to terms with it, because I don't like to be called a beggar. I don't like to be thinking that, and we all think negative about ourselves as it is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll kind of, just an observation is that you did, like, I was recording a video right here about it's time to do some work, and you spoke up, and you used your voice.
Right.
And that gave me some energy. So you're giving more than you think you are.
Oh, wow, okay.
So just thank you.
I was, a couple of weeks ago, starting to think about what kind of impact do I have in people's lives. And I talked to this guy for about 10 minutes. And 2 days later, he comes back and says that was the best thing anybody ever told me. And I have no idea what I told him.
And sometimes it's just how you made them feel.
Right.
It's like, what's that? We don't always remember what people tell us, but we remember how they made us feel.
Right.
So
yeah.
You made me feel wanted today as well.
Cool.
You made me feel
Thank
like I'm living my purpose, and I've struggled with my existential.
You did the same, actually.
You know. So Doug, I'm Joey. It's been a pleasure.
How you doing?
Meeting you, man. Let me stop.